Hello there, welcome to the next tutorial in this series. So we're going to start by scaling up our ground plane and adding some subdivisions. Again, subdivide is done using W, which is the specials menu. Then we're going to use proportional editing, which is O. And we're going to start editing in edit mode in order to create a hilly landscape. Again, using proportional editing and regular vertex modeling. We're going to adjust the camera angle in order to set up the scene. We want our hills to take up most of the background, but not engulf the entire thing because we still want other objects in the background. Then we'll add a decimate modifier, which will help sell the low poly effect and set it to 0.1 or something around that. And remember to click triangulate because that will add to the low poly effect. So then we're going to add a standard diffuse material for a ground material, and we're going to add some Fresnel to this material. So again, that's just a diffuse shader, mix shader, Fresnel node, and a glossy shader. Remember, Shift A is to add nodes. And we're going to make this, the color be more of a white, maybe a little tints of blue. And we're going to increase the roughness on the glossy shader to make it less specular. Now we're going to basically start adding layers. We're going to now start by building a tree. So again, we're going to start by adding a cube and adding subsurf. And we're going to smooth out the cube and increase our subsurf. And again, we're going to just, this is going to start out by being a marshmallow, actually. And this is for the marshmallow tree. So we're just going to add a quick principled shader and use the subsurf on the principled shader to create a marshmallow. And let's get back to modeling our tree. So now we're going to make the trunk of the tree. And again, same thing, cube and subsurf. And we're just going to start modeling by extruding out branches. So remember to add some variance and some differences in the topology of the tree in order to make it look more natural. And we're using loop cuts in order to try and shrink down the mesh. And again, we're just extruding out faces in order to create smaller branches. I'm also using the Bevel Tool, which is located in Specials. Again, that's W. And what the Bevel Tool does is it takes an edge and it basically splits it into a face. So it bevels that edge, and that allows you to have a new face to extrude from. That makes it much easier to create new branches, as I'm doing here. It's important while modeling to basically take a step back and look at your entire model in order to see if it looks realistic or whether it looks unnatural. And even though we're not going for exactly a realistic feel, it should look somewhat natural. So just keep that in mind. So now I'm just rotating the main branches of the tree into place. I'll add a few more branches. Again, E is to extrude, not faces. And I'm using W to access specials, and then bevel. Then I'll add some loop cuts in order to, again, shrink down the subsurf. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So now I will add a simple diffuse, the same Fresnel setup that we used for the ground. I'm just going to copy that and use that for the tree. And I'll use a white color for the tree. So we'll add back our marshmallow, and using our cursor, we're going to duplicate the marshmallow and use our cursor to set a location at the tips of each branch. And then we're just going to duplicate a new marshmallow and set it to where the cursor is. And that'll allow us to basically duplicate our marshmallows as if they were like leaves on branches. Again, I'm using the cursor in order to set the location of the marshmallow. And the way you do that is through Shift S, which we discussed earlier. So now I will rotate the marshmallows into place. Once that is done, I will join everything together to the trunk, and I will create a new, I will duplicate it and create two more trees, and I will copy the materials and change the materials to make them different colors. So I'll have marshmallow, uh, one pink marshmallow tree, one white marshmallow tree, and one blue marshmallow tree. And again, you can use Shift Z to enter rendered view in order to check on how your materials look like or will look like in the render. So I think that looks pretty good. And we want to now add a particle sim to our ground plane. So we're just going to add one and increase the number. I think that's a little too much right now. So we're going to select all our trees and group them by clicking Control G, and that'll group them, and we'll rename them as trees. And now we'll select trees under group in the particle sim, and we will select rotation and scale. So as you see, when you're making a particle sim, when you're copying particles like from a group, the source meshes have to be rotated inwards. Have to be rotated 90 degrees. And also make sure when you have the particle sim that it's above the decimate modifier. Otherwise, you may run into an error. And let's decrease the number of particles. So let's go with like 100 maybe. So that looks pretty good. Now you want to remember that we're going to have a road in the center. So we we want to make sure that our road does not have any trees on it. So the way we'll achieve this, sorry, I'm just setting up my camera. The way we'll achieve this is through vertex groups. So we'll assign a vertex group by going into the object data panel, and we'll basically use Control I to select everything but that road area in order to add a vertex group to everything but that road area. So as you see, we'll select it, then select everything else, and add it as a new vertex group, which we call trees. Again, that's Control I to invert your selection. So now what we're going to do is basically making sure our road is level. So we're just going to add a loop cut and just scale it over on the other side, and then just basically ensure that both sides of the road are level. So as you see, when we add a decimate modifier, it basically destroys what the road looks like. So we're going to add a new vertex group that's specifically for decimate, and we're basically, again, going to deselect the road, but select everything else for that group. And then that vertex group will be the vertex group used for the decimate modifier. So we don't really need all of the faces to show all the trees because some of those trees will be behind the camera, so they won't show up. So we can delete those faces. So now I'm going to start adding some edges to the road because we want the road to kind of pop above the ground. So I'm going to add some, I'm going to basically change where the trees show up by editing my vertex group for trees and removing all the vertexes from that vertex group that I don't want the trees to show up on. So the vertexes I have selected are where the trees will show up. So now I'm going to raise the entire ground up so I could bring the road down. So I'm going to use P to separate my selection, and then I'm going to do Control add a loop cut on either side, and then I will extrude both sides up. And then I will add smooth shading and edge split in order to make a smooth road. And that looks pretty good. You can see the curves of the road popping out. And now we're going to add some lighting, just a regular sun lamp. We're going to increase the strength and make it more of a blue hue. And we're going to add a background lamp, which is going to be more of a pink color. And this is going to have a lower strength, about maybe just kind of use at your discretion how much strength. It should definitely be less than 1, so maybe 0.5. So we're going to start modeling the ice cream scoop right now. So again, the same thing, subsurf and a cube, and just start modeling out an ice cream. And we're going to enable smooth shading, so it looks nice. Then we're going to add a displacement node, and we're going to add a texture, cloud texture, and decrease the strength to maybe 0.1. And maybe that's a little too much, but we're again going to add a vertex group, but only for the bottom vertices. So the displacement modifier only affects the bottom of the ice cream scoop, and the top will be left undistorted. So we're going to add an ice cream material. Again, a principled shader, and we're going to use the subsurf on the principled shader to make the inside color lighter pink and the subsurf color a darker pink. I think that looks. We're also going to add a noise texture and a bump map in order to add normal mapping. So if we turn off subsurf for a second, you can see that the noise texture adds bumps through the bump map node. And we're just going to invert that. That looks pretty good. So we'll turn back subsurf, and that looks pretty good for an ice cream scoop.